Hello everyone, welcome to Free Throw TV. In today's video we will talk about games from the NBA round. We will also cover the highlights of each match. In a preseason showdown, the Minnesota Timberwolves best the Dallas Mavericks for the second time in a row, final score 104-96. Luka Doncic led the Mavericks with 18 points in the first half, while Jaden Hardy stepped up with 22 points in Kyrie Irving's absence. Naz Reid and Karl-Anthony Towns each contributed 14 points for the Timberwolves. The first game saw Minnesota win 111-99. The Timberwolves maintained their lead throughout, but the Mavericks mounted a late-game comeback, falling just short. So, without further ado, let's get to the video. Luka Doncic tried, but the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Dallas Mavericks for the second time in a row in the preseason, 104-96. Doncic scored 18 points in the first half, while Jaden Hardy took over from the rested Kyrie Irving. Hardy had 22 points to lead Dallas. Meanwhile, Naz Reid and Karl-Anthony Towns were the Timberwolves scorers, with 14 points each. It is worth remembering that in the first game, Minnesota beat Dallas 111-99. In the first quarter, after Josh Green gave the Mavs a 13-11 lead, the Timberwolves turned around and scored 8 consecutive points. Then, the difference began to increase little by little. Anthony Edwards put Minnesota up 29-20, while there was no response from Dallas. Shake Milton and then Jordan McLaughlin's three made it 35-20 in the second quarter. The lead jumped to 18, but Jaden Hardy and Luka Doncic tried to keep the Mavs alive in the game. Still, the Timberwolves led 45-29 over the Mavericks. Doncic was able to cut it to 12, but not for long. Minnesota, with Karl-Anthony Towns and Edwards, increased to 19. However, Dallas reacted again and decreased to 10 after Doncic's basket. At the end of the first half, the Timberwolves were up 53-43. But the third period did not see any major changes. Despite Luka Doncic not playing in the second half, the Mavericks and Timberwolves continued at the same pace. Then, Naz Reid shone and scored 12 points in the third quarter alone. Meanwhile, Tim Hardaway Jr. and Hardy continued trying to leave Dallas in a position to fight for victory. Still, the Timberwolves continued to have a double-digit lead. Finally, in the decisive quarter, the Mavs reacted once and for all. First, Minnesota was ahead by 16 after a basket by Luka Garza. Then, Hardy scored 7 consecutive points for Dallas. Olivier Maxence Prosper, A.J. Lawson, Greg Brown, and Jordan Walker made the Texan team close, and the difference dropped to 2. However, freshman Leonard Miller took over the Timberwolves' attack and left the team ahead by 9 again. There was only a minute left to play, while the Mavericks still tried to come back, but without success. The Timberwolves secured the result and also won the second fight. Let's now talk about the highlights from Dallas' side. Jaden Hardy, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 6 attacking errors. Luka Doncic, 18 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. And from the Minnesota side, Naz Reid, 14 points. Karl-Anthony Towns, 14 points. Anthony Edwards, 13 points. Leonard Miller, 10 points. Chris Paul debuted on the right foot for the Golden State Warriors, a victory against the Los Angeles Lakers. The San Francisco team beat the Angelinos in the two teams' first preseason match. The point guard spent little time on the court, as expected, but Jonathan Kuminga took command. He scored 24 points and thus led the triumph by 125-108. LeBron James did not play for the visitors, while the locals did not have Draymond Green. The first quarter started with Lakers' dominance, and the visitors took the lead. But, little by little, the Warriors took control of the confrontation. In the second half of the period, Stephen Curry's team scored 8 unanswered points to take the lead. There were almost 3 minutes in which the Angelinos didn't score. And with that, the local team took a 29-23 lead. The starters returned at the beginning of the second quarter and, thus, Golden State managed to get on the scoreboard once and for all. Steve Kerr's men scored the initial 7 points, and, as a result, the lead rose to double figures. Star Anthony Davis even stopped the run for the Californians after 2 three-point baskets. But the difference remained in the range of 13 points. Before the break, the Lakers managed to put together a good sequence to reduce this deficit. The home team, however, remained ahead on the scoreboard. In control of rebounds, the Warriors led 61-54. The second half had a very similar script to the second quarter. In other words, the Warriors started better and opened double digits again. The Lakers managed to react to the point of balancing the actions, but not immediately reducing the difference. Therefore, the score remained a safe difference for the locals. At the end of the period, the score read 95-83. With both teams without starting players on the court, Golden State only had to manage the result in the last quarter. Darvin Ham's men even reduced the lead to 8 points at one point, but a reaction was never confirmed. With 11 points in a row, the home team once again took the lead and made their victorious debut. The two teams will face each other again in preseason friendlies next Friday. It's the Warriors' next preparation game, while the Lakers will have 2 more commitments in the period. Although it is only Chris Paul's first game for the Warriors, the veteran showed ease against the Lakers. The highlights on the Lakers' side were Anthony Davis, 15 points and 5 rebounds in 13 minutes. D'Angelo Russell, 15 points and 5 assists. Max Christie, 15 points. And on the Warriors' side they were Jonathan Kuminga, 24 points and 8 rebounds. Moses Moody, 15 points. Brandon Podziemski, 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Klay Thompson, 10 points. Rui Hachimura, 12 points and 7 rebounds. And thus, we conclude our round of news for today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any NBA news. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well, as we provide updates throughout the day over there. Now, at the end, YouTube will be recommending some videos from our channel, so go ahead and watch them all. Until the next video, peace to all.